Sophocles' intransigent heroes and heroines are a chief hallmark of his work. One of the most important contributions to Sophoclean scholarship was The Heroic Temper, 1964, by Bernard Knox. His study outlines how Sophocles builds his plays around titanic, intractable, yet heroic personalities. They must have been partly inspired by some of the prominent leaders in Athens during his lifetime, when the city was almost incessantly at war and every free male adult had extensive military experience. Yet Sophocles' heroic figures include the women Antigone and Electra, which is remarkable given the patriarchal social structure of Athenian society at the time. Women were excluded from the civic sphere. They were unable to attend and vote in the assembly, litigate, or conduct financial transactions. The movements of free Athenian women were also rigorously policed to safeguard the legitimacy of the children born to them. The defiant flouting of male authority displayed by Antigone, still in her teens, even extends into the political sphere. And most of Sophocles' other female characters, including Jocasta in Oedipus the Tyrant and Deianeira in Women of Trachis, are handled with sympathy and sensitivity. Every tragedy by Sophocles features an individual so committed to a principle or a course of action that nothing can persuade them to relinquish it, even though it will have grave repercussions. However disturbing and pathologically extreme these characters may be, they also display a transcendent nobility. Oedipus's obsessive quest for knowledge in Oedipus the Tyrant and implacable wrath with his son in Oedipus at Colonus, Antigone's resolve to bury her brother, whatever the consequences, Ajax's unappeasable rage against Odysseus and the Atridae, Electra's drive to wreak vengeance on her mother, Philoctetes' abject refusal to cooperate with the leadership that had abandoned him, and Heracles' towering rage with Deianeira and expectation of absolute obedience from his son in Women of Trachis. Some critics maintain, however, that there is no such thing as character in Greek tragedy, since masked acting in huge spaces, which was the convention from the moment tragic theatre was invented in the mid-6th century, made psychological naturalism, where emotion is conveyed through subtle changes in facial expression, impossible. Moreover, the psychological vocabulary available in the 5th century was still small and crude, and the idea of an autonomous individual will that acts independently of relationships with others was only just beginning to emerge. Yet, it is nonsense to say that by the end of a tragedy, the audience members did not have an idea of what types of people they had been watching, whether they were stubborn or malleable, brave or cowardly, rash or cautious, harsh or kind, selfish or self-sacrificing, indecisive or decisive, exhibitionist or modest, irreligious or pious, argumentative or conciliatory, duplicitous or sincere. Characters are revealed by the play to possess these characteristics, as they are seen in a crisis, reacting to and instigating events, and especially making decisions.